Hello everybody and welcome back to Keep It Real, and well, welcome back to a little bit of content, I guess. I've not been around for a little while, so I don't know if you can quite make it out in my voice maybe, but the only thing I seem to be consistent at currently is not content, it's getting ill. Seems to be all the time. It's really doing my head in now. But yeah, I've not been great these last 2 weeks. In fact, 2 weeks and one day it's been now. But I am feeling a bit better. Maybe well enough to kind of get on with some sort of content. So I thought it's easier for me to jump straight back in to keep it real. So it is episode 55 now. We've been making some real good progress actually on this series. And yeah, I'm very conscious that I need to do some Alma. I've not done any Alma for a little while now. But more importantly, the roleplay story mode. And I'm not going to lie, it is going to be quite difficult, really, to try and pull off Travaskis' voice. But I'll give it a go. Hopefully, I can get one of those episodes. I mean, my initial intention was to get 2 episodes done for last weekend, but I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. You know, I booked a whole week off of work with no children. My missus was at work. I thought, ideal, you know, I can get a good backlog of content done ready to be a bit more consistent. And then 2 days before I start my holiday, I get ill. It's just always the way, isn't it? Why does that always happen? But anyway, look, good news. We've got another pallet of tomatoes here. So that's great because I seem to remember in the last episode we were going to drop 1 pallet off, but I didn't bother. So in theory, we can take 2 down today. Now, how are these guys looking for food? They're going through food fast, you know. That's really quick, actually. 9,001 litres of food remaining. I can't believe it. It's still the same amount there, aren't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a calf. Yep. So, no more than what we had before, but we need to do something with this. We need to get some sort of equipment which would allow us to use this and to use all of this slurry. I mean, there's nearly 40,000 litres in there now. But that's no good here and now. The fields that need a little bit of work, need a bit of nitrogen. We certainly wouldn't be spraying slurry onto a field that's already in the process of growing. I can't imagine that would stick with a realistic theme at all. So yeah, maybe that's going to be in time for the next season, I guess, the next year when we're doing planting again. Now this, right at the end of the last episode, I bought the wheelie mobile, and it is an absolute nightmare. So just off the back of the recording, I brought this back on the truck, and the amount of time it took just to get it from there to there, you wouldn't believe it. It is a nightmare. To the extent where I'm thinking the shop have sold me a dud, and I might return it and just get my money back. Because I haven't used it, I've put no extra hours on it. I feel the shop sold me a dud. Obviously, it's just the mod, isn't it? It's not a very good mod, I don't think. It's great. It looks fantastic, by the way. The detail of it is amazing, but for actually trying to drive it around anywhere, it is awful. Especially on such a kind of hilly yard like this. Now, anyway, so 2 pallets of apples and the tomato. Yeah, so we got another thing of tomatoes. We've got to drop that down to the soup factory. And, oh yeah, I was going to say there must probably be more apples. So 2 more pallets of apples there as well. Fantastic. So we'll sell 4 pallets of apples. That'll get us a couple of grand. And we'll take 2 pallets of the tomatoes down and get some soup. Or was it soup? No, tomato juice, wasn't it? Tomato juice. We'll get that on the go. And yeah, I'm just going to have a think about this. I don't know whether I should just get the money back for what we paid for it and return it. Do it as kind of like a warranty return. I mean, what do you get in real life? You get 14 days on a big purchase, don't you, to change your mind? So I think we'll go with that. Anyway, what am I doing here now then? Okay, so we're going to get into the Unimog and we'll load up that pallet of tomatoes. That's a definite thing we should be doing. We'll do it by hand. Ideally, that's why we wanted the skid steer there to start being able to do this with actual equipment, but we can still imitate. Look, we've loaded this up one little punnet by punnet, I guess, so I don't think this is unrealistic, but we're gonna have to put it onto the trailer. No, I didn't actually. There we go. That wasn't good, was it? Right, shut the engine off. Let's get this one loaded up. Then we'll reverse it up. We'll get the apples on there as well. I think we're going to have to go and take the tomatoes to the tomato juice factory first. Otherwise, they're probably going to sell at that shop, aren't they? That would be a little bit of a pain. And this, hopefully, of course, would make us a bit more profit because we're only doing 25% of what we make to the kind of invisible digital owner now, rather than 50-50. So we should make a bit of money. Now, I have been thinking, there's a few comments, and apologies that I haven't replied to any of them. I've not even really felt well enough to put a community post up, to be honest, just to update everyone with kind of why I've been so slack. But I have been reading the comments, and I don't want to get rid of the man. Now, the main reason why, a couple of people have said it actually, not just one, it was a few people, but down at the bottom yard where obviously the potatoes are growing, but more importantly you've got the olive tree and the vineyards, for the grapes. I need to have something there which can move a trailer, and that skid steer does not have the ability to connect to a trailer, to connect anything to the back of it really. So from a filling the water point of view, it might become a little bit of a nightmare. But of course, we don't teleport to vehicles, so we have to commute to get to that bottom yard. We'll probably have to drive the Unimog down. So I don't know. I mean, would the Unimog not just tow a trailer of water? It probably would, wouldn't it? So I don't know. I'm stuck again. I'll think about it as the episode goes. But either take this down to the bottom yard and sell the man, or we'll just get our money back on that. I'll tell you what I will do. I won't actually sell it, but let's just use this as a reference. What do we own? We own that. So say rounded up, that would be worth about £6 if we drove it to the shop. Or how much did we pay for the skid steer? So we'd actually get more back for the man, wouldn't we? We would get more back for the man. I don't know. What I do know is I do quite want that Ford. Yeah, I'll think about that as we're going anyway. Let's load these up. So I do hope everyone is well in the meantime. Again, apologies, it's been a bit slack recently, but I'm sure it's justified now that I've actually come out and produced some form of episode. So that's good. What's going on here? What's happening? Why can't I pick that up? Okay. Obviously, when you load things onto the back of it with the backs not down, it locks it in. The second you drop it off, it's locking it. So yeah, I've put the backs down and it's unlocked it now. So yeah, as soon as you pull those in, it kind of invisibly straps anything on the trailer. Right, I need to remember that. Let's get into here. Oh, come on, it's doing this again. No. Run away, go back to it, and it should work. There we go, lovely. So even with these decisions, I've got to be quick about it. I've got to make my mind up this episode, because that Ford will probably be gone by the next episode. That will no longer be in the used shop. So I can't really hang around with it. I can't muck about too much. So I've just got to decide, do I keep the man at the bottom yard, or do I sell the man and then put the skid steer at the bottom yard? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Personally, I feel the man is probably a little bit more versatile, and it was the original. It was the OG of the series. So I think keeping that right the way through would probably be quite a nice little touch. And honestly, that skid steer really is awful. I'm sure a lot of you have used it, and I'm sure it is usable, but I don't have a lot of patience, if I'm honest. So yeah, it's doing my head in. Just reversing it or driving it off of that trailer was enough to make me not want to have it anymore. I don't know. Right, anyway, we are pulling up, which is good. Stick some indicators on. fill in. Won't go too fast because stuff does fall off that back trailer. It is a bit of a pain. Right, so we'll just manually throw the tomatoes in. I love this Unimog, by the way. I know I have said it probably quite a few times, but what a good little vehicle. What a vehicle that does so much, and it's powerful, and yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great. Right, I can't remember where we had to put these apples. Apples? Tomatoes. I can't remember where I had to put them. Where did it take them? Oh, there we go. There. We'll put the other pallet there too. Loading up the racking. I believe there is mineral water there already. At least I hope so. So we shouldn't need to get any more. Tell you what I didn't do though. I put it where I wouldn't forget I put it, and then I forgot I put it there. I didn't bring the crate with me to put the juice into, but no bother. We've got to go back to the yard anyway. So let's just see what's going on here. How much is it going to tell me? Let's have a look. How much mineral water do we have? And I'm probably going to need to activate it again, aren't I? Where is it? There it is. So yeah, so we're okay for mineral water, I think. It's only registered 499 litres of tomato, so I've obviously not put that far enough. There we go. So yeah, right, it's going up now. I don't know, I mean, we only bought, I think, 500 litres, and it did 500 litres of mineral water, and it did 500 litres of tomatoes with 300 left. So this potentially, it might run out of mineral water, or it might just about do it. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. We might actually, though, have to buy another crate anyway. Okay, right, let's activate this. I don't know where the trigger is, so I'll just do it in the menu. So yeah, so just shy of 1,000 litres of tomatoes. Tomato juice is already a tiny little bit there. Now this costs a fortune to run. So it is turned on now. We're going to have to be on it today because we can only activate, deactivate it from here, can't we? So if we're not careful, that's going to be costing us quite a lot of money to keep running when it's not actually doing anything. Oh. Right. Let's try and reverse ourselves back out the way we came in. I do like the inside view of this Unimog as well. Yeah, you have very good visibility. Very good. And good detail. Okay, right, so we'll head to the local farm shop. We'll sell these apples. That should get us a couple of grand in. And I don't know, I'm thinking maybe take the skid steer back for a refund. I think that's the way to do. And then we'll be still not quite able to buy the Ford, but we probably won't be too far away. Now, just while I'm talking, by the way, hopefully the microphone's even clearer again. Bit of a funny story, really. There's some people commented it sounded a little bit like maybe I was underwater, and that's exactly how I felt when I was doing the editing. And I just couldn't figure it out. I was looking at settings on my computer. I couldn't edit anything. It was driving me mad. It's got little switches on the back of it. Now, I just assumed, because every time you change the switch, it changed the light pattern, and you know, it's one of these fancy mics. It's got multicolored LEDs, and they do different patterns and things. So I just assumed, oh, that's just the button to change the light pattern. Well, it does change the light pattern, but it changes the light pattern to tell you that it's changed the type of like settings, sensitivity. So yeah, I had a bit of a fiddle, and all along I could have just changed those little settings, turned those little knobs on the back of it, and yeah, it's typical. That's why they give you instructions, apparently. But yeah, hopefully it's clearer. I might have a little bit of a husky voice still, but hopefully it is a bit clearer anyway. Now, right, let's just get... I've come around this way because I know last time we had a bit of an issue with the pavement, didn't we? I can't quite figure out what it is. I'm certain that the trailer should be able to be lifted, but it doesn't seem to work. Doesn't seem to... I don't know, maybe it's just linked with the Unimog. It's not great. But it's fine. We'll just go this way each time. Got it. Did you see that? It even struggles with that low pavement. Right. How much is this going to make us? I don't know if it's the best time of the year. It probably isn't. I've not even looked at the price. Fact is, we've got it. We need to generate some funds. So we're going to have to sell it, aren't we? Okay. Doesn't seem to be. Okay. Got to get it right on the trigger. I think we've got it. I think we've got it. Or not. Okay, oh, that's good now. 1,949. It's just made us. And there's a tiny little bit. Not much, but there is a little bit there. So we'll get rid of that too. Amazing. We'll just, while we're here, while we're in the area, we'll jump over to the shop. We'll just make sure for a start that that Ford is actually still in the deal. Just realised the time's on 0.5 again. Let me change that back to 10. Yeah, we'll just make sure it's still in the deal. I would imagine it would still be there. Surely it wouldn't have skipped through that quickly. You normally get about a day and a half's grace when something comes up. So, well, I say a day and a half. It's not, is it? It's 3-day months. So you get about 2/3 of a month's grace to buy a product. So hopefully it's still there. And I can't remember what was it? 20 grand? Something like 20 grand. Let's have a look. Used. Yeah, it's still there. 19,491. Okay, and we could have a front. Oh, it's actually got a front loader attached. Already attached to it as part of the used deal as well. So that's good. I'm happy with that. I don't know what MP lift means though. Yeah, I don't know. Is there a front loader that is part of that mod? I mean, what is it? It's probably a small tractor, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. So it was, which one was it? Probably the one that isn't quite so good. Okay, well there's no particular front loaders for it. Problem is I don't want to get it and find that it doesn't fit front loader. Because none of those are that particular brand, are they? Okay, that's a bit annoying. Let me have a look at it again. What does it look like? It kind of looks like a quickie. Or a Hauer. I reckon we're probably going to have to go for a quickie. Maybe. So it is still there, so that's great. Wonderful. So we we need to raise some funds. Maybe we just get that front loader back a minute. Alright, okay. Let's do it. So 4944. So we're going to sell that. Now I know that we've lost some money. Let's just get rid of that. Let me just see if I can figure out what we actually paid for it. Okay, the difference was 3280. So we only had it that short time, you know, and the value went down by 3280. Would you believe it? So I'm just going to manually give myself that money back. So yeah, 8224, I believe, is what we actually paid for it. And we just got nearly, well, just shy of 5 grand back. What a rip-off. What a rip-off. It devalued by 3 grand by skipping through one time. Right, so we are back now. The shop has restored its faith in me. Hasn't mugged me off so much now. Right, while we're here, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? I'm going to try a different tactic. Let's try and get one on this side. Rather than always go for the middle. This could be the worst we've ever done. It's not the worst. It's not a very good tactic though. Yeah, let's not try that again. Right, well, we're nearly there. We are nearly there. I think, again, there is the option to take out a loan, and, you know, it's quite simple in real life to take out a loan, in it. You can do a little application on your phone, probably 10 minutes, and get money transferred to you almost instantly these days. So, yeah, we have got that option, but I'd rather not. We've got loans to pay off already. So, if I can make the money up, which I might just do, you know, with the tomato juice, if we can make up that money, yeah, it would be nice to not have to take out a new loan again. So we'll go back, we'll get the crate, we'll leave the trailer there. I don't think I need that trailer anymore, do I? No. And ideally, I mean, if we can get it done in this episode, great, but if not the next episode, we need to try and fertilise the fields. Certainly the bottom one, the wheat field which we purchased, is really bad. It's pretty bad. And if I can get this forward, stick some narrow tyres on it. We've already got the sprayer. Maybe we'll need a little bit of money to buy some liquid herbicide, or liquid fertiliser I should say. Yeah, I guess that's quite expensive as well, isn't it? But we could do with doing that today, really. If not in this episode, though, we could get it done in the next episode. We have got time. There's no urgent rush. I mean, we're almost at a point now as well where maybe it's worth considering, what, another small contract? Yeah, I don't know. I want to do something different, though. I'm fed up with doing this silage contracts. But the rate these cows are going through it, I think we need it. Yeah, potentially. Now, where I've just driven all the way back without raising the ramps. That's not very good, is it? Where on earth am I going to leave? I'm really running out of space now, aren't I? I am running out of space. Oh, I don't want to take out that trailer. Yeah. I suppose I could just maybe try and get it back inside one of those sheds there. Actually, no. What am I talking about? Let's test my driving skills. I don't believe this Unimog is going to fit inside of that. Or it might do. What do we reckon? It will actually. Okay, I'll take it back. But what I'll do is I'll reverse that trailer in there as well, if I can. Let's do it in this view. Make it a bit more challenging. Try not to take out my water tower. Or the tree. Right, this is going to be tight, you know. This is going to be tight. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to do this in one go. I also don't really want to fall down that ditch. Okay. Bad idea. Let's try and straighten up a little bit again. Can we do it this time? Might just make. Oh, yeah, we made it. I don't think I cut that bit, just so you can have a few little chuckles. But actually, I didn't do that as bad as I thought I might. Yeah, that was alright, that. It's a very wide trailer, though. It is a wide trailer. Do you know, it does make me wonder if next time we got some spare funds, I might make this a bit of a drive-through actually, and make an opening onto that kind of back road. I might do that. Right, that will do. It works. Don't leave myself with a lot of room, but it works. Right, we need to get that. While I remember, just chuck that on the back. Better strap it down so it doesn't fall off. This will disconnect. Hopefully. Lower. Oh, come on. Ooh. Right. Start this up. Lower it down. Not that it makes any difference at all. But the computer thinks it has. Oh, come on. Yeah, I do think, you know, making this kind of a drive-through would probably be easier. Yeah. We're outgrowing our house, I think. Right, let's just do one more sanity check. Have a little think. Everything's good here. You know, I didn't actually check on the ducks. I was too busy rushing around first thing. So let's just see how they're doing. I'm sure they are fine though. I'll tell you what. Let's just put a bit more in there. Oh no. Oh, my shovel fell upside down. As soon as I picked it up, it's tipped everywhere. It's fine. It's all good. Scoop it all back up again. There we go. Well, this shovel's been a bit difficult to use today. It's better. Right, I'm going to stop doing that. Let's lean it up. That'll do. That'll do. Okay, good. So, they are okay. How are we looking for eggs? Wow, 762 now. 762. Is now the right time to sell eggs? Because that could be a good little way to boost our money. Let's find it here. Eggs. No, I mean it's a good price though, isn't it? Not bad. It is not bad at all. Okay, right. Let's head back to the juice factory and see how it's getting on. Hopefully there's some. Well, it's processed it all. That would be good. That would be good. We'll buy the Ford. That would be wonderful. I'm pretty sure as well at the bottom, whilst we are there, I think the potato crop needs a little bit of nitrogen on it as well. So 2 birds, 1 stone, as they say. And yeah, we've done all of this and the man has survived. The man is still with us. Right, let's get down to this juice factory. So the good news is it produces this tomato juice really, really quickly. Whether or not it's quick enough, I don't know. But we will soon find out, won't we? So what is it now? 10 just to say it's nearly 11 o'clock, I guess, game time. So really, it's only had a couple of hours to actually kind of produce anything. But this thing, honestly, it is quick. So you never know. Oh, what am I doing? Let's pick this up again. Bit of a glitchy moment then. There we go, that's better. But yeah, look at that. See how much there is. Wow. So, let's drop it there. And we'll chuck each of these into there. I don't know if we're going to fill the crate up. I'm just going to change my controller settings. There we go. That's a bit better. I've been playing a little bit of COD recently. I don't know why. I just fancied it. Playing a bit of Warzone. Only because, well, it's free, isn't it? The last COD that I purchased was quite a while ago. So I doubt many people are playing it now. But Black Ops 6 is due to come out very soon. And it's actually going to be free on Game Pass. So I might just have to renew. I didn't know it had a light switch in here. Look at that. Wonderful. Yeah, I might just have to renew my Game Pass subscription ready for that to come out. I imagine it's going to be in November anyway. Stop talking and actually check in. What am I doing? Have I got water? Yeah, there's still mineral water. We're going to run out of mineral water, aren't we? Yeah. Well, let's go. That's good though. I'm happy with that. What's that? 300 litres? Yeah. Let's. What? How much does 300 litres get me? I mean, what does 1,000 get me? Tomato juice. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's the problem with having so many mods activated. You've got to go so far, haven't you? Yes. Wow. I mean, now's probably the worst time to sell it, but we need it, and it's going to have a use by date, isn't it? In theory. So yeah, we're probably going to make, let's just say, about £3 grand out of this today. And then we've got to give 25% of that back. So we'll make I don't know. If we're lucky, we'll scrape 2.5 grand. So that'll put us up to 17, 18, 19. That almost puts us up to the tractor, but maybe not quite. Don't know. Plus, to be honest, we're going to have to nip to the shop now and buy a barrel of mineral water because that is about to run out. Hopefully we'll get back just in time to top it up again before it does actually run out. Right, let's head to the shop quick. Okay, here we are. I can't remember how much the mineral water was actually. Oh, that is getting close. Look, that's right at the front now. Wow. Do you know, I'm quite nervous that we ain't gonna get it. And there's nothing else come up to tempt me just in case as a backup. I don't think we can wait till the end of this episode. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. Okay, right. What I will do is have a look at loans. We'll have a look at loans. We need to do it. I don't think we're gonna get there anyway. I don't. By the time we buy this mineral water, by the time we pay our 25% back to the kind of digital business owner of the tomato juice factory, we're not going to do it. All of this effort, all of this selling stuff, probably not at the best time, and we ain't going to do it anyway. So let's have a look at, what did it say? We currently owe 44,753. We can borrow today. We can borrow just shy of 30 grand. Now, I need money to get the tractor, and then I need money to get kind of a big IBC of liquid fertilizer. So, I mean, do I make it a round figure and just say 10,000? Let's get the mouse out of a minute. I think a round figure of 10,000. I'm not going to regret that. And the period you can do it for, I think you can actually go up to a 20-year loan. Yeah, look, so you can do a 20-year loan. But it does cost me 4 grand more. However, it's only 60 quid a month. Obviously, we're not going to do that. Definitely not. A 2-year loan, that's reasonable, isn't it? £440. There's got to be an element of challenge in there. You know, it's going to make our bills more expensive, but it'll also pay it back quicker. It's only going to cost us 384 quid that way. So let's just do that. A 2-year loan, £440 a month. I just feel that's the only option, to be honest. And it also gives us a little bit spare, actually, just in case this front loader doesn't work. Because it is possible, isn't it? Now, it is the worst engine, but that's fine. So it's only 68 horsepower, but it's a doer-upper. Now, let's go narrow tyres. Yeah, the narrow tyres are actually bigger than the standard tyres. How does that work? Doesn't make sense, does it? And they don't cost anything either. Narrow, narrow, narrow. It just doesn't make sense. Okay, right. Well, I think I'm just going to go with that. Tyre sound. I never did figure out exactly what that does. I don't think you can pick up on that in the recording, but I always seem to put it at 40%. I don't know why. Does it cost me money for a beacon? It does, but if it's on the road, it needs to have a beacon, doesn't it, really? Doesn't need mudguards. That's fine. Original exhaust. Oh, quite fancy some of this, isn't it? Right, I don't think we need to do any of this, do we? Attachers, though. Okay, so there's no option to have a front linkage on this tractor, but that's fine. Do we want to have a weight on it? Something we need to consider. Okay, front loader bracket, so I can change the colour of them, that's interesting. But it costs money. Oh, the darker ones don't. Okay, well, we just need to buy it, don't we? Costs a little bit more because we had to get a beacon. It's kind of a legal thing, isn't it? We had to get a beacon. Right, we were here to buy. Forget the reason I've come here. We were here to buy Where is it? The barrel of mineral water. Yep. It's $19. It's hardly worth the fuel, is it? It's hardly worth the fuel. Let's buy 3 barrels. Because we could easily load up 3. Yeah, 3 barrels is fine, I think. And okay, and then whilst we're here, let's look at front loaders. Which one did I say it was? I think I said it looked more like the Hauer. Or it looked kind of like the Quickie as well. It was either of those, wasn't it? I prefer the Hauer ones because they look a bit more old school. 120 horsepower. Oh, to be honest, it would be quite helpful if that one would fit, you know. That would be quite helpful. What the heck is ceiling plug? I saved £10 or $10. No additional connections. No hydraulic hoses and connections. What's that for? Right, I'll leave them on. I don't really know what that is. Main colour. Oh, okay. I feel like maybe white is kind of cool. Or blue. Let's go with that. Because I'm going to lease it. So I want to do it now. Design colour. What does that mean? Okay. Let's go with that. I'm going to lease this. And I'm just hoping. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. Do you know what? It actually makes more sense to pay a little bit more for a different attacher on that tractor to buy then the cheaper front loader. Alright, I'm going to do that. Let's jump out into this view. There it is. There is the beast. So we'll chuck our liquid mineral water. Liquid mineral water? I mean, it's water, so obviously it's a liquid. We'll do that in a second. Look at that. Look at that. What on earth is all of this? That looks fancy. I feel like there should be a special front loader to go with this, but it's not automatically installed it with the mod, so I don't know what it is. Let's give this a go. Do you know, I honestly don't feel like I've used a Ford. I like it. I like it. It is a manual. We're not quite in the realms of an automatic tractor yet. We don't have the money for that. It's quite nippy though. It's quite nippy. I like it. Right. I think we just need to try and figure out... Oh dear, where's it? There it is. Customize it. We can of course do that because we own it, which is good. Let's just go attachers. No, hang on. What? Front loader attacher. There we go. Stole. I think we might need to do that. It's £1,500, but we've got the money spare anyway. I think we need to do that. We need to do that. I'll tell you what. Let's just. Does that look better in white? I don't know. Not when it costs money. Right. Oh dear. Okay, right. We'll run back into the shop. I want to do this while I'm here because it just helps me to kind of budget, doesn't it? So, right. It definitely is going to be a stole. We'll still lease it, but at least I know that this leased one is going to work. So, just make some few tweaks. Nothing too major. We're just going to leave it the standard colour. I don't want to purchase it. I want to lease it. Yeah, £151 a month. That's fine. Good. Right, and then again, while we're here, so we've got attachments for a front loader already, which is what's making me feel better. We've got the actual fork attachments down at the bottom yard, but they'll pretty much stay there. And then we've got the manure fork. We've even got the log fork still. All kind of in this area. I think those two are actually at our kind of secondary yard. So, right, I'm just going to pull up. I'm just going to make sure this does actually fit. And if it does, we're going to jump straight back into the Unimog and take the water barrels back down. I didn't line myself out very well to that, did I? Good. But, other than the fact that it's a bit high, how do I fold them in? There we go. Yeah, so you've got to be careful. It's a bit bigger than what it needs to be. But, good. I like it. Yep. That kind of works, doesn't it? Does it look a bit odd on there? Probably. And while we're here, we'll connect this up as well. Oh, there we go. Right, turn the engine off on that. That's good. See how we're kind of naturally tidying up after ourselves as we're going as well. So that's brilliant, isn't it? Now, let's just make these appear on the back of there. Lovely. Guy in the shop, just give me a hand to do that. Yeah, I have to do it that way because there isn't really a tool that picks up barrels. I know you can get the kind of self-strapping front loader attachment, but I don't like using that, to be honest. Then you can use and abuse that mod to do a lot of things, including making login a heck of a lot easier. Right, let's head on back. How on earth is the time at 0.5? Did I change that back? How long's it been like that for? I'm sure I changed that to 10. I did have to jump up and answer a phone call a moment ago though, so maybe I slowed it down and forgot. We want to keep that fast, otherwise that factory really isn't doing anything at all. Yeah, so we need to keep that going. Times 10. Maybe I'll even bump it up to times 15 actually to make up for it, because a little bit of this episode now I have been a bit slack on the time. There we go. Yeah, been recording for quite some time now, and normally by the end of a recording it's almost the end of the day, whereas now we're only just kind of at 11 o'clock. And let's go. We're just on the way there, and it's come up with a great demand at the market. Great demand at the elevator as well, but I wonder if the great demand at the market is for tomato. Can you imagine if it was for tomato juice? Oh, it's not though. Typical. What is it for? Wow, you can get £29,000 a pallet for cheese. We went into the wrong factory here. Wow. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I imagine that's probably quite complex to make. Maybe. That'd be annoying if all it needed was milk though. Too easy, I would have thought. Too easy. Right, we're nearly there. So we've gone overboard on the barrels. We certainly don't need this much mineral water, but it's future proofing. It was only cheap. I think it was £19 a barrel. And to be honest, it's probably cost us that in fuel to get there and back anyway. So let's pull up here and get these unloaded. Yeah, it's a bit annoying I have to kind of falsify this, but then I suppose anyone could kind of jump on the back and push some barrels off the back, couldn't they? Yeah, and then we'll just pretend we're rolling them. Right, so we'll just get this topped up now. Now apparently if you leave that where I left it, it's supposed to kind of automatically load, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. But that's good. Even with the time on slow, it produced 2 more bottles. This really is a quick production. It's a really quick production. Right, here we go. So only 2 more bottles so far. We'll just chuck them into there. No? Do you want to go in there? No? There we go. Yeah, I thought if you left it there, maybe I've got to leave it on the side. Maybe if I just leave it up there. Good. Right, still looks like plenty of tomatoes left, and there's going to be plenty of mineral water now. Not that many tomatoes, so we're pretty much there, you know. Good. Loads of mineral water though. What have we got? 400 litres. Yeah, it still doesn't work though. We still have to put it in. Right, let's move it out of the way a minute. Cool. So this will be done any minute. And I think although the time of the day is not great, it's only midway through the day, I think the timing of the episode probably isn't too far off. This must be around, I don't know, 45 minutes so far. So we have made progress today, haven't we? We've got a great tractor. Really, really good little Ford. I'm very glad to have got that. I'm glad to have returned the skid steer as well. That really was pretty bad to use. Yeah, wasn't very good at all. Come on, right, let's just hold on here now. Let's just wait for these last few bits of juice to be squeezed. Okay, there we go. So back to times 10. It is now 2 in the afternoon. So I sped it up a little bit just to, well, to make up for the fact that I keep forgetting to change it back. This is it. There's no tomato juice left now. So I think, there we go. The trigger is there. So we will deactivate that, otherwise it's costing us a fortune. It's also quite a bit quieter all of a sudden. And we'll load this up. So what have we actually got? Yeah, 600 litres. It's kind of about what we thought, wasn't it? 600 litres. Wow, wasn't that a good throw? Probably smashed my bottles. I hope they're in plastic bottles. Oh, I don't know. Right, let's shut up shop, literally. And we'll head on down to the market. It's a real shame that great demand wasn't for tomato juice. Can you imagine? I'm pretty fortunate with my shop selection quite a lot of the time. Could you imagine if also the great demands suited me? I think everyone would be doubting me if that happened. But again, I don't know if it's even something you can set up, to be honest. I don't think it is, but right. Here we go. So we're going to be pretty much going into May, the kind of third part of May, and hopefully herbiciding, fertilizing. I don't know why I keep saying herbiciding. Hopefully fertilizing the bottom field, the wheat one for definite, maybe the potato one. Realistically, is that too late? I mean, I don't think it would be. Not to do a liquid fertilizer. It's too late to do manure, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's not ready to harvest for a couple of months, so I've got to kind of trust the game on that one, I guess. But that's certainly the plan for the next episode. Now, let's keep an eye on the top corner. So 2,320, not as much as I thought. We've got to give him 25% of that. So what, 5? I don't know. Let's say £600. That's probably a little bit over, maybe, but £600 to the building owner. There we go. So £6,844 we're going to end the episode on. But this has been a good episode, I think. Probably not the most going on in an episode, but let's just head back to the shop now and have a look at our big purchase, which is kind of what's made the episode, really. So it's just great to have another tractor. I've been talking about it for a while, haven't I? So we could probably do with another tractor. And now we've got the Ford. Hopefully. I mean, 68 horsepower, it ain't a game changer really, is it? It's not gonna change the world. The Agri is certainly still our kind of humper and dumper. That's the main one, but at least we can actually fertilise our own fields now. So that is certainly better. And there it is. And there it is. I like it. I really like it. Ready to go. Ready to do lots and lots of work. Yeah. What a cool tractor. What a cool tractor. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. Again, apologies, I've not been around for a little while. That illness just keeps getting me. Like I said, the only consistent thing that I can do is get ill. Because I certainly don't seem to be consistent with getting any content going. But there you go. I feel a bit better. And hopefully, well, hopefully in the next day or two, I'm up to doing a little bit of Mr. Travaskis. Because I got lots of Travaskis scripts planned for the next episode. So it should be a good one. It's going to start getting interesting, you know, on roleplay story mode very soon. Anyway, thank you for watching, and as always, cheers and gone.